This is, I can hear them playing this day out there.
That's fine.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
good. And we're live now, Coach. So
Okay.
here we are on KM Activities. Good afternoon. I'm Joel McCall. We're welcoming in Joel Swanson with us. He is the Castlemareville football team as they come off a win from Byron. Coach, thank you very much for sitting down with me once again. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate it. It's a great opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Friday night. Emotions running high. You got the Hall of Fame, you got homecoming, everything else going on. Byron walks into KM Telecom Stadium, and we want to thank them for being our major sponsor here on KM Activities. But I mean, you guys off to another great start against Byron. You know, a team that we had talked about had a pretty good offense, nice balance, and everything else. Defense comes out. I mean, overall, the first half. I mean, they punted 5 times, Coach. Five out of 6 possessions. Defense, once again, leads the charge, and you guys take advantage of that by getting a couple touchdowns as well.
Well, and again, we kind of got set up by our special teams. I thought outplayed them positioning wise. I mean, we were starting, at midfield most of the time, and they were starting down in their 20, 25 area a lot of times. Even one time I know, and Aaron Winkle got off a big time punt and changed the whole field there, and people don't realize how significant that can be and mentally how that can charge up the guy. So, yeah, a lot of good things there to start. Yep, I think we had like 4 3-and-outs right away in that first half, and then even after the turnover, because we had them sitting 4th and 5, and they threw up that pass, and our guys right there with them, and the Byron kid, to his credit, made a great catch. I mean, when you watch it on film, it's just a great effort by him. So really proud of the way the guys played, and they were throwing a bunch of things at us, and they were always a big play team, like I talked about, and the kids kind of neutralized that part of their offense. So that was hats off to the kids.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that, too. And we had kind of labeled that, too. You know, big plays. They like big plays. They were getting downfield, a couple of kickoff returns for touchdowns as well. But in the first half, their biggest play was only 26 yards, and that was their touchdown pass.
Yep.
And as you said, that was just spot on. I mean, there was
Mm-hmm.
hardly you could do anything you could do on that. Let's start with that second half, though. You guys get the ball. You get it on the 37 of
Great.
theirs.
Yeah.
Again,
Yep.
we talked about field position and how big of a key field position was going to be. Come right out, get a huge kickoff return, and next thing you know, 3 straight drives with touchdowns.
Yep, and that just goes to show you how important it is, and there's other kids on those special teams that don't usually stand out as much, and what a difference maker. Because yes, I think we had 2 big kick returns that gave us great field position, and whereas also being able to Aaron kick the ball into the end zone about I don't know 4 or 5 times, which
handful.
is great too and stuff. So just an all-around great effort, and I think we even lost the turnover battle 2-0, and yet we were able to get things going and stuff. So just my hats off to the kids, and especially, like we say, the way they responded in the second half and hung in there when some things weren't working. Our offense, like I've said before, is probably not going to ever see what we see at the game. Very seldom do we ever, and again, we didn't. And then our guys, our coaches, and the players together, we made some adjustments at the half to neutralize some of the things they were doing, and kids really responded to it.
Well, you got some great runs too, and we talk about how Castlemareville always wants to average about those 5 yards per carry. 5 yards, 5 yards. If you can get 5 yards every single time, you're easily going to get down the field and score. You popped off some big runs. I mean, 47 yards by Cade Sprider. I mean, Sprider alone, let's just talk about him. I mean, almost 100 yards by himself, and then 3 touchdowns. I mean, and he was a kid that may have gotten 1 or 2 carries, I think, in the first half, but then exploded in the second half. He got his long run in the first half, but you really workhorse him in the second half.
Well, and people don't realize, I mean, some games he's even more vital. When I think back to the John Marshall game, he's got 2 guys to 3 guys hitting him, trying to drag him down as he carries out his fake even when he doesn't have the ball. So you got 3 guys that aren't there, and what that does when the quarterback pulls it up and starts to run, that allows the quarterback a cutback lane coming back, which is what Peyton Wilkie excels at, and it just creates creases for you to have your running lanes and stuff. So, like the other night, basically when Cade was breaking them off, they were really coming at us trying to neutralize our offense and things. The problem is if he gets by the first 5 yards in a case like that, you got guys running up after the quarterback. You got guys running up after the pitch man. That is going to open it up for him. So whenever he gets more than 5 yards, he's got a pretty good chance of going a long ways. And he has, and what I determine is deceptive speed because people don't realize it. And just the whole thing is buying into the fact that you carry out your fake even when you don't have the ball and stuff. And so guys go running right by you, and you got the football because that's the same way you were when you didn't have the football. And it all adds up into big things, and he's done a great job for us.
Yeah, he really has. And like you said, that deceptive speed. He gets out in the open, you're not going to be able to catch him. I think we saw that on his couple of big runs. And so now, Coach, you sit here at 3-2. You're starting to develop another week of football and getting ready for another long trip. I mean, you guys have to get back on the bus, go on a road trip. I believe it's Albert Lee this week, and then Mankato West the following week. So now you're staying away from home for 2 weeks. How about just preparation this week and overall talking with the boys, especially after emotions being so high last week?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we've struggled on the road to start in our games, and that's been kind of a theme for at least 2 seasons now. So what we have to do is talk about and determine what is it that we're not doing where we're mentally prepared when we're on the road. And we're going to discuss that with the players starting tonight and start trying to work them towards what we'd expect, hopefully, because just like in the Winona game, we fall behind 20-3. It was like we were half not there to start with, and then we battled back and things and stuff. So it'd sure be nice to try to put together a 48-minute game on the road. We've been able to do them at home. It'd sure be nice to put one together on the road.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it on Friday night. Coach Swanson, thank you very much for joining me. Always appreciate it.
Thank you, and we appreciate our fans, and you're just rocking the place at home here. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, the crowd was definitely loud on homecoming night when the Comets got the victory over Byron for the homecoming. We thank Coach Joel Swanson for joining us. I'm Joel McCall. Thanks for tuning in here on KM Activities, your home for the Comets.